My name is Maria. I'm a 30-year-old housewife. As my husband Jack works hard, I decided to support him from home. Have been married for 5 years now. We don't have children, but we are happy life together. One day, while I was doing the housework, suddenly received a WhatsApp message from Jack. I wonder what he wants to say. When we were dating, or early in our for about 6 months, he used to express his love for me. But after 5 years, this has disputed. Therefore, I am more surprised than receive such a message. My husband sometimes expresses affection by giving me a hug or kiss, and is kind to me when he is in a good mood. But recently, it has been rare. To add, right now, he's at work. I wonder if something that would make him act unusual has happened, but I think, well, if he's in a good mood, that's fine. And I reply, thanks, me too. Jack usually only sends about 2 a day, but now I see that his response is quick.
I'm so happy you feel the same way. I'm not letting you go tonight.
What he has written is correct. What? Natalie? Who's Natalie? I'm Matt. Unable to understand, I freeze for unable to reply. I receive another message shortly at,
I want to spend the rest of my life here, Natalie.
it's a miracle that you're in my life. My wife doesn't even work, and she home as if it's her right. I should never have gotten married. You're the one who comforts me, and such a hard worker. You're nothing like my wife. Okay, I'll edit it. You're cheating on me, I see. For some reason, I'm much calmer than I would have expected. I think I need to start gathering it. Well, Jack still thinks he's messaging Natalie. So I decided to continue the conversation. As he has allowed me to be a housewife, I have been able to focus on my writing and other creative pursuits. I have to admit that there are some times when I can't bite back at Jack, but having an affair is a completely different matter. I continue texting him, pretending Natalie.
I sent him a message saying, "Do you hate your wife that much?"
And he replied, Yeah, I have. I've seen her even once.
Why did you get married? Was it her, right?
For the money. She's crazy rich. Money.
Is she?
Yep, well, her family is. That's why I'm nurturing her as a homemaker. When her parents are gone, she will inherit so much and leave me. I am in shock. He was nurturing me to be obedient. True, his recent attitude towards me terrible, and I could tell that it had changed. She'd gotten married. I realized that there was no love the all, and I'm finally starting to feel at home. I originally loved my job and always hard. However, Jack asked me to quit when married, so I left the company and became a... Even so, he's saying that I stay at if it's my right. 1. I never asked for this. I need to do something with this answer. So I decided to hire a private detective to gather evidence. I change my WhatsApp username to Nat and send him another message.
But once you have the money, will you be able to divorce her?
Jack must be so delighted to receive from Natalie. He responds straight away.
Of course I will. I'm gonna say she my money doing nothing at home. The inheritance will be compensated. With all that money, I'm gonna make out with you like an X-rated movie.
I am disgusted by all the kisses, but your reply was perfect.
Do you really think it'll all work out that well?
No problem. She doesn't know that cheating, and all she'll be able to do is Apo. Me,
Do you have the divorce papers ready?
I actually already signed everything. There was a time when she didn't do her housework properly, so I signed her up for a cleaning service. If it happens again, I will definitely submit them.
Yes, I remember. One time, Jack thrust the divorce me. It was when I was sick and had a fever, and he was furious that I hadn't been cooking that day. The papers are framed and hung on a wall in our bedroom. I guess they're a sort of tool to help me. True, since then, I don't think I've corners with the housework, however sick I feel. I feel sorry for myself, but I understand why I acted in the exact way that made Jay me too. But this means that we have to be careful about what we say, because it can be used against us. I can use the divorce papers whenever I need them. This makes me feel much better. I have to let him know that he's not going to get away with making fun of this. I start to get quite excited, editing the following for spelling and grammar mistakes, and enjoying messaging with my husband before he was my lover. At the same time, I realized that I had all the love that I had left for her, and I end our WhatsApp conversation. So let's get ready to send this deceiving husband to hell. Even though we've sent each other 6 messages, Jack doesn't seem to have noticed that he is texting the wrong person. And he comes home and spends his time as he usually would, 6 months later. When I come home from grocery shopping, I always feel like I have a lot of work to do. Jack is in the living room, waiting with a sneer on his face. Here we go, I think, and he says,
I'm done with you. I want a divorce.
He looks down at me while he says this.
You're always at home, spending my not even doing the housework proper.
I have no words, just saying yeah. Jack must think he's being made fun. He looks annoyed.
I've been patient all this time, but I wanted you to say you'd go out with me if you can't even do the chores properly.
I have no idea what this man is on, but I try not to make a funny face. To be honest, I am trying my best not to laugh. Jack continues.
It's mentally tough for me to be you. I'm actually seeing a psychiatrist now.
He goes on and on in this incomprehensible way. Yes, please do continue to see me, as you may be able to stay in hospital. That would be very much appreciated. Thank you. Wait a moment. My parents are still healthy, though. Does he want to get a divorce? More money? I care so little about my husband that I am calm enough to have these in my mind.
You'd probably have a better life me anyway.
I guess he just wants to say, I'm the blame for this divorce.
You were not working at all since 6 married, so all our money is mine, you understand?
It seems he has said everything that wanted to say, so I slowly begin to talk.
Okay, I understand. A divorce. But I actually have something to tell you.
I won't listen even if you say you want a divorce, you know.
I'm inheriting $3 million. My parents say they want to leave their house to me while they're alive.
Jack must be in complete shock that he stares at me, silent, with his mouth hanging open.
3 million. That's part of my property too, right?
Of course not. They're leaving it for me personally. We could also use the money to get married, but you have nothing to do with getting a divorce. Such a shame, isn't it?
Then Jack replies with,
Okay, no divorce then. To be honest, I just mentioned divorce to make sure you understood the stakes.
he must be crazy. It's so obvious that he only cares about the money. If he's going to change his attitude, I mentioned the 3 million. He's just so stupid.
Oh, did you? Thanks so much.
No problem.
But I'm afraid we're already divorced.
Jack is so shocked. He says something in a funny voice. I never knew he could make such a noise. It's the first time I'm hearing this, even after 5 years of marriage.
I've already submitted the divorce. The ones you kept in the bedroom. I, them, and everything.
Hearing this, Jack goes to check on in our room.
They're gone? Where are they?
As I said, I've submitted them. This man really doesn't understand, does he?
You want to be with Natalie, right?
With this, Jack is clearly panicking. I tell him about the WhatsApp conversation we had, and it seems he hadn't realized that he had started checking his phone. He is turning blue. I do my best trying not to laugh. It's difficult to say which day was harder, trying not to laugh at a relative's memorial service, or when my friend told me she had been diagnosed with cancer.
Thanks to you not realizing you'd me instead, I was able to gather so much evidence. I thought you were having an affair, Natalie, but I found out that you're actually seeing many other girls.
Jack was not only seeing Natalie, but he was in a relationship with me too.
And one of them was a friend of mine.
I found out after speaking with that Jack was seeing a close friend too. I later asked this friend if this was true, and she told me that Jack had started flirting with her at our wedding. I was lost for words at this. I look at Jack and see he is trying up with some kind of excuse, but it's too late. There's nothing I can do now.
The divorce is fixed already. I've already reached out to all your lovers. I see that some of them are married. Let's see how much they'll request, shall we?
With this, Jack, who is already blue-faced, turns even paler.
You think I have that kind of money? This is unbelievable.
True. I told your company too. So, I guess you'll be losing even more money.
Of course, I reached out to Jack's cousin. He was having an affair with some one girls at the office too, so they have a right to know.
Even if you lose all your money, you can still have a good time. I guess you'll get to spend your rest life with at least one of these girls. So you'll be happy, won't you?
With this, I left the house. I can confidently say that I have no feelings towards Jack anymore. Later, I find out that Jack is fired. Some of his lovers were married and he's having to pay his ex-wife compensation too. He cannot make all the payments with job. So in addition to finding a new job, I'm also working part-time late at night. It's all his own fault. So I actually think he should be having a harder time than punishment. After the divorce, I returned to that I previously worked in. I am loving my job and working as ever. However, I haven't worked in 5 years, so I consider myself a beginner, and I am eager to learn from my colleagues. 5 years with my ex-husband taught me that marriage isn't everything. So I hope to be able to tell the difference if there is a next time. But for now, I'm putting everything into it.